Are you drinking cold brew black right now?
The cafe mocha. I brought the can
you
down.
got the mocha powder.
Oh, it's backwards. Yes.
You got the mocha powder. Dope, dude. You're always a cold brew black guy. I just figured that you were going to be drinking out of the can. But dude, big ups
I'm
trying the
all over
powder.
the place. I love the powder. Are you kidding me? Oh.
Guys, everybody, thank you for joining today. We have Party Boats and Thieves, episode 6. A little bit of a different episode. Normally, we're hanging and we're sailing and we're just chatting. Today, we are literally just going to be chatting, and we're going to be getting caffeinated out of our minds with Jason Sulli. So many of you guys already know him. Jason, thank you for joining.
Was I not supposed to take a sip of my coffee till we cheers? Because I just did.
No, you can do whatever you want. Drink as much coffee as you want. Actually,
waiting
preferably
for a coffee cheers.
preferably get as caffeinated as you can.
Ooh.
That's the goal here, man.
Are you kidding me? That's that now. Well, now I'm calling Madrinas dad fuel. So
Dad fuel.
yeah, it's my dad fuel.
Everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, dad fuel. I mean, we've been joking around about this for a while, but I mean, like, you're in full dad mode. Dude, I was totally expecting you to get into a rhythm where you were streaming in the morning, so that way we could game with each other.
I was going to also. Like, I honestly, like, I guess expectations to what is actually happening, very different. So
what is what has your daily schedule been like?
So I still am doing my night streams. So now, because it changes all the time, like, because now Arya is sleeping through the night.
Yeah.
So I don't have to, like, I would normally stream until the middle of the night feeding, and then I would feed her and then go to bed.
Already sleeping through the night? That feels like
sleeping through the night.
There's no way. like what is she? Like 8 months old?
Nah, she's 6 months.
6 months? Okay.
Yeah, she'll be 7 months.
6 months feels fast, doesn't it? Doesn't 6 months feel fast?
I don't even like.
I feel like you're really lucky.
Old already. Like, what the hell?
I feel like are babies supposed to sleep through the night at 6 months?
She's a really good sleeper. You can start. Every baby is different, and it's wild. Like, doing research, it's just like, oh, it could be 6 to 11 months, and it's like, that's such a big range. I
feel like you got the like luck of the draw there, man. Already sleeping through the night. So then you're normally straight. Actually, you know what? Before I dive in and learn all about what's going on in dad mode, Jason now. Guys, everybody, again, thank you so much for coming and hanging and joining for episode 6 of Party Boats and Thieves. Guys, Party Boats and Thieves is a podcast experience brought to you and fueled by Madrinas Coffee. Madrinas brings you the absolute best tasting cold brew worldwide, making it available in both 16-ounce cans and our brand new 8-serving powder tubs, which Jason is drinking right now.
Oh yeah, I brought the tub, although I have the camera reversed, but I promise it's forward in real life.
That's the tub.
It's forward in real life.
That's real. Did you? I
love this thing.
Did you already load it up into your shaker, or are you doing?
I didn't put it in my shaker.
Dude,
I like the glass. The glass. Do you like this?
I love this.
I
also get texts from you that are you putting the powder into hot coffee.
Yo, those where I know are going to be long days,
Which is like, honestly, like, that's insane, man. That's like, because the powder, I'm just gonna let you know, the powder is a very caffeinated experience.
Wait a second. I'm told we need a screenshot, but it's backwards. Do I pose? I can pose for the screenshot.
I love it, dude. That's a beautiful pose. Jill, you got that.
That's all you got.
Jill, you got it. It's in the VOD. It's a beautiful moment. It's a moment in time. We got it. Also, I'm getting a little, people are giving me flack because I don't know that baby sleeps through the night. Listen, I don't know. When you don't have a baby, I mean, what? How am I supposed to know any of this?
Honestly, and like me doing research before having a baby, you still don't know. It's all going to be different.
Did you read a lot of books?
We cheers?
Did you read a lot of dad books?
A few.
A few? Yeah, let's cheers. Guys, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you guys for coming and chilling with Jason and I. We're going to cheers to Jason just coming and hanging. Circumstances, we want to make sure that we get Jason on the podcast. Today, we're literally just going to focus on conversation, guys. So thank you, everybody, for joining and for chilling with Jason and I. Cheers to everyone that's coming and hanging out. And cheers to you, Jason. Thank you for coming and chilling.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, my God. Cheers.
I want to say, when you told me the times, I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's Arya's long nap. I can do this.
This is Arya's nap time. Dude, I'm going to get really lit up, man. I'm going to drink this whole thing. I've already drank a lot of coffee today, so get ready for me to just be flying off the handle.
Oh my God. Oh, that's all good. I mean, you got to be caffeined up. Like,
which again, I'm going to get back to that. You and I were talking about how you were going to get to a point in your schedule where you were,
oh my God,
we were going to be gaming in the morning, streaming in the morning. And I was really looking forward to it.
We called them dad hours.
Dad hours. We were going to do that in the morning, but just, it never took. And so now you're at a point where Arya's sleeping through the night. And so are you on full dad duty for the first half of the day?
No. So how it works is because I stream late. So I'm normally now streaming till, 2 or 3 a.m. So the first few months of Arya's life, like, I swear we were sleep deprived the whole time. So now, like, Gabs and I are like trying to make it a point to get so many hours of sleep. So I go to bed after, because like after a stream, I think you have to wind down. So it takes sometimes up to like an hour, maybe even more. You know what I mean? Because your brain's just going. Absolutely. You were on for the stream.
I was actually just thinking about that the other day. I was like, I got off and I was immediately trying to go into like working with the Madrinas team mode. And like, I needed that drive into the office just to be like decompressed from talking to so many people at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you do have to wind down from a stream. So anyway, so I go to bed obviously late, probably around like 2 or 3 a.m. And then so Gabs does early morning. So Gabs gets up at around 7.
Are you sleeping then?
I'm sleeping then, yes. So Gabs gets up around 7 and does like, just the morning routine. And
Dude,
then I get up around like 10:30.
2 or 3 in the morning is late because I know I'm awake when you go live normally, I think, because I go to sleep around like 9 or 10 my time. So you're what time?
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll start like I try to start at 8, which and I don't want anyone, if anyone's here from me, don't say anything. I try to start at 8, but it's normally like 9.
Hold him to this 8 o'clock start from here on out, everybody. Hold him to this 8 o'clock start.
Yeah. But obviously, but I wake up at like 10:30, so.
Obviously adjusted to this, so you didn't really have to change up your stream schedule at all.
Yeah, I thought I would. Like, I thought I'd be doing, we talked about it. Like, I thought I was going to be doing early morning streams.
We're gonna have to be doing these PUBG tournaments in the early morning. We're gonna have to. Guys, Jason.
But the thing is, the schedule's always changing because her sleep schedule is going to change. Like, Gabs and I adjust our schedules, so who knows? Who knows?
Guys, Jason tweeted about a PUBG tournament.
I did.
In 2020, he was tweeting about organizing a PUBG tournament, which is honestly, it got me so excited when I read about it. So now I'm literally, bribing Jason. I'm like, listen, you can just give away Madrinas to winners. Like, I'm trying to like incentivize him to actually do it.
It was funny because I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, like it would be a fun idea. And like, I won a tournament like back when, we were like, not only have a little bit of sweat, but we had the memes in the tournament too. Like, it was fun. So, and I didn't expect all of the messages of, yeah, you should do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. Like, literally. And I was like, oh, so I actually have to seriously think about this now. So
dude, I loved playing PUBG. Like, the times that we played it, because the way you talked about it, it's like 80% memes, 20% sweat or whatever. It's like the fun. It's once you get into that top 10 situation, you're chilling and like you can focus and you want to win. But like leading up to it, it's just that game was so funny. Had so many the hilarious pacing moments.
Of it was so perfect.
Did you get into gaming because of first person shooters?
No.
What was the first what got you into like gaming at first?
Honestly, I would say what's really funny is that the games I took most seriously when I was younger was Super Mario RPG on Super Nintendo. That got me into those turn-based,
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
What's RPG versus just normal Super Mario?
Well, it's like a turn-based play style. So it was, oh my God. I don't think I ever played it. To this day, it's one of my favorites. But so we got that, and then Pokemon came out, which was really funny because that's because my older brother was like a cool kid and like did sports, and all of that. And like, so my, did sports, sports. But, so my younger brothers got Pokemon for their Game Boy. And I was just like, I'm too cool for video games, but I would sneak their Game Boy and then I would play their Pokemon.
So older
Like,
brothers
one
playing
guy-
sports,
'cause
younger brothers are playing Pokemon, and then you're like, I'm too cool. Are you trying to like impress older brother?
I was trying to impress my older brother. Yeah. So it would literally too, and like, I love it now because any kid growing up now, like video games are cool, like comic books are cool, like that. I literally in high school hid under the steps to play Pokemon on a Game Boy.
Hid under the steps.
Hid under the steps, yeah, because I was a tiny kid, which I mean, I was lucky to have an older brother because
So
but,
hold
like,
on, you're hiding from what? Like your parents didn't want you to play?
No, in high school, I was hiding from the bullies.
You literally just hiding from your friends.
Yeah, I was a band kid who played video games.
Oh, you mean hiding under the steps at school?
At school, yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
gaming at
home,
school.
like,
I thought you meant at home. I was like, what are you hiding at home for? Like,
yeah.
Like I was like, man, your brother really was gonna but okay, so you were playing at school. That makes sense. You were playing. So was it Pokemon like Red and Blue, or did you get way into all the other ones?
No. I mean, for at that time, it was Pokemon Blue. Now Red, because my younger brothers are twins, so one of them had Red, one of them had Blue. And so they would each be like, okay, can you play and level everyone up for me? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So I kind of got to play through both.
And you said you did band when you were in high school?
Yep.
Did you try doing sports? Like sports?
Oh,
did you try
I
it
could
all?
play sports, except my school, my high school took it so seriously.
Like a big school with like thousands of kids.
And I think if anyone knows me, I can't take anything seriously. So like they like honestly, like my favorite sports were volleyball and basketball.
And but at some point you segued out of that. You were doing band. Was that because you felt like you were? I mean, obviously you got into a career of content creation, so there was a creative bug that you needed to. You had that itch at some point. But like, was that what like you just felt like you weren't as competitively driven? You were more creative driven.
That was the issue, is that I wasn't competitive. Like, and like my school was like, oh my god, that's what honestly turned me off the sports.
What? Just that it's competition.
Like how terrible. Like the coaches would treat the students, and it was terrible. It was fucking terrible. Wait, am I allowed to say?
Dude, say whatever you want, man. Say whatever you want.
I always ask way too late.
It's like earmuffs. You gotta say earmuffs before you say it. Okay, so you found out you weren't very competitively driven, so that's why you got into the band. At what point? At what point did you tell yourself, hey, I need to pursue this like creative bug? Was it in high school? Like professionally, or did that come much later?
So this is one thing I always tell people. Like when I was growing up, like I always had this issue of, I never had a career path. And like the one goal I always had in life was just to be a good dad. I'm not even lying. Like that was always the thing, is be a good dad. That was my goal. Still, obviously still my goal. But so career wise, I've been all over the place. Like,
what did when you graduate? So when you enter the world, what was occupying your time at first? Like when you enter the world, you're no longer, you're an adult, you're out there, you're doing your thing. What are you working on? What were you grinding on?
So it wasn't really working on. It was kind of a discovery, is that I was an adrenaline junkie. So like I needed a thrill. Like I would like we would in our area, like we would find like some good like areas to go cliff diving.
Cliff diving.
Oh yeah. So then I realized, I was like, you know what? This is kind of like my niche. Like I like this. So then I actually pursued to be a stuntman.
So hold on, you pursued a stuntman career?
Yeah.
What were you waiting tables before? Like,
no.
I was doing job
retail.
like waiting tables.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was doing retail. And I actually stayed in retail for a long, long time, because that was that was just my way to make money. And it was just like, while I was doing retail, I was just like finding things here and there, be like, I'm good at this. I like this, but none of it ever hit like for me. And I was like, I don't, this isn't it. And like, unfortunately, being a stuntman, like it takes a toll on you. Like, you know what I mean? So like I don't know, it just didn't take as much. Like,
what was the so you say I'm gonna be a stuntman. What do you? How do you start being a stuntman? You start Googling.
Okay, so there is, so there and there was a actual like kind of like course you can take, and it was in Seattle. So I did that. It was like a 3-week. Oh my God, probably the most strenuous 3 weeks of my life
of learning how to be a stuntman.
Yeah, which and I mean, there's so much to it, like, you know, and there's some things you're good at. Like it was all over the place. Like, you know, I was lit on fire, like you know,
got lit
horses.
on fire.
Oh yeah, I've been on fire. I have a picture. I don't know. I have a picture somewhere of it, but yeah. And then high falls into like an airbag, which I'll tell you what, at 60 feet, those airbags do not feel good.
So hold on, when they light you, hold on. So you got lit on fire.
Yeah.
How much of your whole body was on fire?
So how they really do it is it's kind of like they put a like kind of like, I don't know the exact thing, like a thing where it kind of lights the fumes. So you're not really like physically on fire. It's just the fumes of this gas that is on you is on fire, but you're also coated in this like freezing gel that, like, when I was lit on fire, I will tell you now, I was freezing because, oh my God.
This is crazy. Hold on. You were lit on fire and you were cold. Jill says, I've never heard anyone so casually talk about being on fire. Jason just slides in there like, oh, I was lit on fire. No worries.
The fire thing was easy. Like that was nothing. Honestly, I had most trouble with horses.
What, being thrown from a horse?
Yeah, we had to fall off horses.
So, okay, you're how old right now? Like you're 18 when this is happening?
No, I was probably around 20.
Around 20?
21, something
and
like that.
And you're working, you're around 20. You're working retail. You don't really, and you had just talked about not really knowing what you wanted your career to be. So you're 20, working retail, and then you decide I'm going to be a stuntman. And all of a sudden now, with no proper real training, you said 3 weeks is what you were given?
Yeah, it's kind of like a certification, and it gives you like the business and like where to start.
Was it local in your area?
No, I had to go to Seattle for it.
Went to Seattle. So were you living in did you know anybody?
No. The certification like course kind of thing was.
Oh,
Seattle.
gotcha. Okay. But then you could do it back home, right?
Yeah. So I did a few local things because like my best thing was stunt driving. I was very, very good at stunt driving, and which was surprising because, like, you know, they were saying while you're stunt driving, you can have any body type, but like I had the body type for like a stunt double. So most of the training I did was fighting.
And so
but driving, I was just like, it clicked for me. Like it was great. So
what kind of cars what kind of cars?
When we were practicing, we were doing Mazda 7s, I believe.
Mazda 7. Dude, I don't know much about cars. Is that one like real nice?
No. You don't want to do that stuff because you're trying to, like, you know, like parallel park, like, but just by doing like a 180 skid into the, oh my God, it's wild.
Did you do that? Did you drive the car?
Oh yeah.
And you actually got to drive it?
Oh my God, dude. I was good at it.
I believe you, but I'm like, brother, I didn't know that you had this stuntman background. You know, there's got to be a montage of you doing stuff. You have to have, you know what?
There is, and I can't find it. I'm so upset because it's on this freaking DVD that I cannot find. But when I find it, I'm gonna try to get it so I can. Oh my God, I'm still. Someone was asking about it. I'm like, I have it somewhere.
I need like a 10-minute Jason, you know, montage of being on fire, being flown from horses.
Oh God,
like doing Tokyo Drift style work, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like how? So then what? Hold on. Does it? I mean, did it pay well? Does stuntman work pay well?
So if I see, this is the issue, and this is the issue where I think, because there's a few small studios in Philly that, like, you know, I did like little things, like literally nothing that made it anywhere. Like I tried to do a pilot for, there was someone going to do like a DMV show, like a DMV workplace comedy.
Yeah.
So I had to you know, crashed the car into a tree.
I mean, do you get hurt? I mean, stuntman,
stuntmen get hurt.
So did you get hurt? Did you crash the car into a tree? That feel like it did not feel good. There's no way that felt good.
Well, all right. So the thing is, you know, you have to like, you know, when people say like brace for impact, it's kind of like, it's not like that. You have to like you have to like relax. You have to be relaxed when you're doing this.
So you don't brace for impact. Like you don't tighten your muscles up.
Honestly, you have to be like very flexible doing this stuff.
So you don't tighten your muscles. So what you go to hit a tree and you're just chilling.
Well, yeah, and there's ways to do it so you know what I mean, like, and you would like for that, like, you pad up the car and everything, and because the camera can make it look like it's like the car's going faster. I was only going probably like for that one, I was probably only going like 15 miles per hour, so not even that fast, Oh,
okay, 15's chilling.
But it looks good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's so many things, but yeah, I mean,
what was the biggest project? Like, no, sorry, I didn't hear it for a second, and then I'm gonna ask you about your projects that you did for it. But like, did it pay well? Were you making like all of a sudden at 2021, 22? Were you making cash?
So with that, it was kind of like no, not at all, because I'm not known, and I would have if I were to pursue that well, I would have had to move to LA, like realistically.
Yeah, because you're doing local work in Philly.
Yeah, and like and that's and like and again, so this was one of the things where just like I thought I would like it. I didn't like it.
I mean, who would like that? Who would like being lit on fire? Who would like being flown from a horse?
I like that stuff if I was just, I don't know.
I mean, you were an adrenaline junkie. You just said it.
And it didn't hit that for me because it's like I had to do it. And I had to do it this way, like, And
it was too controlled.
Yeah. So anyway, so then retail, it paid well because like I went to retail management, God, like within 2 years.
What did you like? Did the people that you worked? So hold on. What retail were you working at?
Oh, there's a lot of places. Yeah. So, but I started at Barnes and Noble. So,
do the people you work with are like, yo, dude, Jason's like doing this crazy stuff like on the weekends, like for extra money. Like, are they asking you about it like every day?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because like when you're working in a workplace, you like become friends with the people. So,
especially retail. Retail's crazy.
But that's what brought me though to move to New York City.
What, being the stuntman?
Well, no. Working at Barnes and Noble.
Oh, Barnes and Noble.
So yeah, you. And like so after this whole, I don't think I want to do the stuntman thing, and it's upsetting because I put all this time in, and this is my whole life because like I everyone has that. I want to do this. I want to do this. Like I never got that. Like it never hit for me. So,
but I mean, you're working. I mean, it sounds like you're working quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, like, cause you're working your Barnes and Noble. They said they promoted you.
But I was working, and I was just like, I'm making a living for myself. That's good.
Yeah, and you're young, so it's not like you don't need much at that time.
Yeah, and then my friend who also worked, at Barnes and Noble with me, who is still actually my best friend, he got accepted into a master's program in New York City, and he was like, I gotta move, but I don't want to move by myself. He was like, if I don't find anyone, I'm just not gonna go. And like me being like, well, I don't have anything, you know what I mean? I have no ties here. I was just like, all right. I was like, I'll go with you.
And you didn't know Gabs at this time?
No, because I met Gabs in New York City. So
okay, that's awesome. Okay, so you're doing your thing. Did you try to be like, yo, okay, I'm working for Barnes and Noble. This is my gig. This is what I'm doing. I'm moving to New York City. Did you try to parlay any of your stuntman work?
Nope.
Or were you just like, I'm done with this?
Yeah, I was already done with it. Yeah.
Okay,
so I literally was just working retail management in New York City. And again, I'm making a living. So I'm like not even pursuing anything. I mean, retail, anyone who works in retail knows it's soul sucking. Like it really is. And
I mean, you get really close with the people you work with. You make some really cool like relationships. But like you see a part, and honestly, dude, you're such like an empathetic dude. I guarantee so much of that comes from your time in retail. And I'm just gonna say that for you because you're generally pretty in tune with other people and like how people are being treated, and so I mean most likely you get so much of that from your time just spending being at seeing it ins and outs, seeing the ins and outs of like how people get along. Just like throughout the day.
I guess so.
Right? I mean, because retail, because I worked at GameStop. I feel like retail, more than anything, you really see like, I don't want to say like a dark side, but you really see that like really selfish side of people, how they behave like, when they're out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a lot of that like crazy like Black Friday stuff? Like, do you have like your own like retail horror stories?
Well, yes, but they don't. I don't remember them because I don't know. I'm very good at like anything that tries to take up real estate in my brain that's like terrible. I don't remember. I really don't.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
That's healthy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Isn't it?
But like I was more, because when I got to retail management, oh my God, it got to a point where, and you said you worked at GameStop, so we're getting to that because that was my last retail.
Was GameStop?
Yeah. So I was a manager that could bring store numbers up. So, and people knew that. So I would get moved around a lot to,
help boost sales or boost whatever's going on.
And they were always just like, oh, what's going on? And like, I don't have anything because I was people's manager, and I was just like, I don't like I always told them, like, I don't care. Like, we're friends here. I was like, don't treat me as your manager. Whatever I ask you to do, I'll do myself.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, like, I just didn't care. And I was like, if you're going to call out and say you're hungover, tell me that. Obviously, I'm not going to tell my bosses that, but I don't care. Like, just tell me the truth. Like, let's just, and like, like for like Black Friday, like my last store I was at for Black Friday, I had my assistant manager in, and there's a blind spot on the cameras. And I was just like, you know what? Black Friday, let's do a shot before we get into this.
Yo.
Yeah. I don't like the thing is, like, retail, and especially if you're not a manager, the part-time retail, like it's not there. That's not what they want to do. So, just treat them like, like they actually are going to have a good time here, and like give them good lessons, and that's it. So, and like I would actually give a lot of like interview and resume help to all of my employees. If they had like interviews and stuff, I would help them out. And
so at some point, you tell Barnes and Noble that you're moving on. Was it just you needed a new change of scenery?
Yeah. Because honestly, and then this is when I found out where with salaries, if you stay at the same workplace for too long, your salary growth isn't proper. It goes by their rules.
Yeah, it kind of plateaus a bit.
Switch. Yeah, if you keep switching jobs, it kind of goes with the economy.
And so you say.
So I started switching shit around, and like.
Well, I mean, you were. So what made you so good at Barnes and Noble though specifically? Do you think it was just how you manage people, or did you love selling books?
It was because I was a person. Like I didn't treat them like I was above them. Like managers, like honestly, people don't quit their job; they quit their managers. Like. Managers, they're like literally, I don't know who does management training in every corporation. Yeah. They all suck. They all, like, honestly, all of them suck. And it's just like, I literally just treat them like people. And I still have people come through my stream and just like, oh, Jason, you coming back? So I haven't lived here back where I'm at now, which I know we'll get to, for 10 years. I walked into the Barnes and Noble. One of the same managers is still there and was just like, oh, you want a job? And I'm like, no, come back. I'm good. But like, that's the thing, like, and it's just, I treat them like people.
So
like,
hold on. Do you mean hard. They pop into your stream right now and they're like, yo, Jason, come hang out again. Come work with us again.
Yeah. I have people, I think at almost every workplace stop and stream I've been at least one.
So you move on from Barnes and Noble. You're still in New York City, right?
Are you after Barnes and Noble? Oh, that retail job was wild. I actually was a retail manager to help build a retail store for the Museum of Sex.
When? Like right after Barnes and Noble?
Yeah, I think there was a little break in between there.
How do you get that job?
What do you mean? How do you get it? I have retail experience.
You just went and applied?
I interview well.
You just went and applied?
Yeah, just went for, looking for retail management positions, and, that just happened to be one of them.
Okay, and you're searching on Indeed or whatever, and like Museum of Sex comes up, and you're like, yep, I'm moving from books to Museum of Sex.
I mean, I don't know.
What is the Museum of Sex? Is that just like a place in New York you can just go to like any other museum, like an art museum?
Yeah, so it actually, it was surprisingly quite classy. Like, very, very well designed. And, I would say it's like more educational than anything. So the store was where like all the fun stuff, like, like, oh, I visited the Museum of Sex, all that stuff. So I was more of the store, but the museum is actually like, very, it was very cool, like very like educational and whatnot. And for people who aren't prudes.
Where is it, in Manhattan?
Yeah, it's in Manhattan. It's, I want to say like 25th Street and Broadway, something like that.
Were you living in Manhattan at the time?
No, I was living in Queens for my New York time. I was living in Astoria.
Okay, and you lived in Queens for, what'd you say it was, 10 years?
5 years.
5 years in New York?
Yeah.
So Barnes and Noble. So Barnes and Noble takes you to, after that you're at the Museum of Sex, still in Manhattan. So and then after Museum of Sex, you're there for how many years?
2, maybe 2. I honestly, I don't, that's tough to say. So, but anyway, so in this between this time, like, I met Gabs and we've been friends for 2 years, and then we start dating.
So you meet Gabs, you meet Gabs at your job, or just incidentally? No. Like you guys just happened to meet when you were out?
Actually, this is a funny story because this involves video games.
Let's do it.
So, so Gabs worked at a piano bar in the West Village, and it had 2 floors to it. And there was one night my friend and I, we were just bar hopping. And honestly, like, I still remember, like, cause like I was drunk. We were bar hopping. It's New York City. We're young, like, whatever. And we walk into this piano bar, and I was just like, oh God, I do not want to be at this piano bar right now.
Was it a dueling piano bar? Well, they have two right next. It was just a piano bar. Okay.
Just a piano bar. Yeah. So we went upstairs. So they're like, no, upstairs there's another bar. So upstairs there's another bar. We went up there. We saw this little poster that said Mondays rock band tournaments, like the video game.
Sure.
If you win the tournament, you get a free bar tab for the night. Oh, now little did this bar know that my friend and I are very, very good at Rock Band.
Did you live with your friend? Was this like a roommate?
Yes.
This was a roommate?
Yeah.
So when you're not working, you guys were just jamming out and gaming. And at the time it was Rock Band. What is this? So what is this, like 07, 08, right? Like a roundabout?
Maybe, I guess. I
feel like that's when I sold a lot of Rock Band at GameStop. It was like, that's when it was super popular.
Yeah, then that's probably about right.
That's probably when it was.
So
you show up for the Rock Band tournament.
Yeah, and so Gabs happened to work at the piano bar downstairs. Oh yeah, we went to the Rock Band tournament. Oh, like honestly, we owned it every week.
There's the competitive side in you. See, I've played PUBG with you before. I know that you got a little bit of there's a little bit of like
a competitive side, but like if it's too much, like I'm just like, this is, I don't know. Like, of course. So anyway, so yeah, we got a free bar tab, and then the person who ran the thing and ran the bar, he was like, he was like, can we start splitting you 2 up and giving other teams a chance? We'll just give you a free tab every week.
Just week in and week out, you guys are showing up and hustling Rock Band.
Easy, yeah. Easy.
Yeah, and meanwhile, this is their like promo special to get people in, and like no one.
It worked.
Yeah, well, but not when you guys are running it. Not when people are just like, nope, might as well not even go anymore.
They split us within like 3 weeks. They split both of us up so we could give other people a chance.
That's dope. So you meet Gabs. Why? Because
Gabs worked at the piano bar downstairs, and there was one night. So she didn't work Monday nights when Rock Band was, but she was subbing for someone. So she walked up to, I guess, get something from the bartender or say hi to the bartender. Mm-hmm. And then she walked up, talked to the bartender, and then went back downstairs. And I was like, who the hell was that? Oh, and mind you, this is a gay bar. So,
Oh, it's a gay bar too?
Like, yeah, I'm probably one of the only straight people. So
there. it was a gay piano bar that did that had just the piano on the first floor. And just a normal bar on the top floor?
Yeah, it was a bar on the second floor that, they would play music and stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you say? So at this point, you see Gabs and you're like, how, like, what's your move then? Is that, you walk up and be like, yo, that Rock Band tournament? I've been running this.
It is no. Not at all. Gabs doesn't care about video games. Yeah. But long story short, we became really good friends actually. And, for 2 years, and then obviously,
sure,
we started dating and now married, have a kid.
But friends, you mean like you would just go on what was this, Tuesdays?
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah. So no, we started going to piano bar when she was like on her day, because remember Mondays weren't her thing. So then now I love piano bars, which is fucking awesome.
piano bars are incredible, man.
Yeah,
piano bars.
Like now I'm like obsessed with them. but like, so we would go and we would go and then we became really good friends and we started dating. And
I'm being told that the whole story is on YouTube too. If you ever want to hear Gab's side, is there more to this?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot to it, but I'm just trying. So the reason I'm bringing this into it is because this moves forward. So now Gabs and I are dating, and,
in New York.
Yeah, in New York.
And
this is so during this time because when we were dating. By the way, Eagle Eye says yes, it is the duplex.
Oh, Eagle just called it. Eagle just called the bar. Get out of here. That's awesome. This is called the Duplex Piano Bar. Shout out to the Duplex for bringing Gabs and Jason together.
For sure. So where were we at? Yeah, so I left the Museum of Sex. And then honestly, I was just, after that, I'm like, I'm just done with retail. I'm freaking done. And I started like trying to, make a living, like doing other things, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted. And this is where probably the creative bug started, though.
What? So this is around what? Because I want to get the time frame. This is around 2010.
I'm trying to think, maybe around that.
Around 2010, you're like, you're done with retail and you don't know what's next. You're still having this issue where you don't know what your career is going to be.
I don't know the year though. I'm not sure. But so basically, I was trying, and I was getting super upset because I still don't have what I want to do. And I'm like, I know it's not retail. I definitely don't want to do retail. I know I can make a living. I know I'm good at being a manager. So anyway, all of this time I'm like super upset job hunting, because everyone here probably knows job hunting is the worst. And like,
well, especially when you don't know what you want your career to be.
Getting turned down so often. Yeah. And getting turned down so often, and like, hoping someone gives you a chance when you don't have this experience. It's just something you want to try out. It's like, it just really, like, it was a dark time.
Did you just start applying to everything, like any industry?
Oh, literally any industry. I was like, I just don't want to be in retail. And so during this time, Gabs and I are dating. And during this time, she moved in with us in Astoria. So Gabs moved to Queens, and she used to, and
where did she move from? Manhattan?
She was in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
Okay.
So she moved in with us, and then finally I got so frustrated. I'm like, all right, I'm going back to retail. I have all this experience. I need to make money. I'm in New York City, a very, very expensive city.
You're going back to retail. And this is where GameStop comes in.
Going back to retail. This is where GameStop comes in. So GameStop, easy get for a job, because, I've always been into video games.
Sure. Absolutely.
Retail management, easy peasy.
You won all these Rock Band tournaments?
Yeah. No,
that's totally low-key how I got. So when I was 16 and I applied, there was a dude that knew me from local Halo tournaments, because that's what I used to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like that's how I got. They normally, like, the ones around here wouldn't hire high schoolers, but I got in because the guy knew me from the Halo tournament. So dude, you could have padded that resume with that Rock Band.
Yeah, well,
So you get into GameStop.
They were looking for, so I get into GameStop, and I literally, like, I was happy. I had my own store. It was small, like, easy peasy. I had a great team. And then literally probably like I've been there for 2 months. Gabs, now Gabs, she's a singer-songwriter. And there was one night I get a text from her, and she says, when you get home we need to talk. And I'm like, oh God, like, you hate hearing that.
Dude, that's not what you want.
And I was like, what the hell? So she gets back, and so I get home from work, and I'm like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? And she was like, I think we need to move to LA. And she had all of this planned and why she needed to go. And but before she even said that, I was like, okay.
You were just down.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, because you got nothing keeping you.
Gabs.
Yeah, exactly. You got nothing keeping you there, and the retail's everywhere. You could find a new gig.
And Gabs knows what she wants. Like, she has a career dream. And she was like, I think to go further, because she's already done so much in New York. So I think to go further, and I need to go to LA. And I was just like, okay.
So you just load up a U-Haul, like, in a week?
Literally. So we had, I think it was like 3 more months till the end of our lease. And now keep in mind, like, my best friend, I was like, I've lived with him in New York now for 5 years, or I guess it was like 4.5 at the time. I was just like, all right, well,
what did he do?
What did he do?
Like is he
he's the one. He was in a master's program.
He was in the master's program.
He was doing for nonfiction writing, actually.
And so did you convince? I mean, like you easily could have convinced him to go to LA with you, right?
No. What this is great too is that one of our other friends wanted to move to New York at the time, so he just kind of took over for me, which was perfect. But anyway, so it was like
you got you and
3
Gabs
months later, we're up and we're going to LA. And which was really cool because my friends, actually the ones who, the one who lived with me, actually went cross country. We did a cross country trip on a U-Haul. It was so much fun. But yeah, we did that. But yeah, then we're in LA. And then I'm still doing retail management. It was easy, and with GameStop, it was easy, like to transfer because they see what I did with my store.
Robert says Gabs had career goals and Jason was vibing. That's totally
exactly
what's happening right now in this story.
Yeah, I'm trying to go fast because I'm sorry. I feel like I'm like, I hate talking about me.
Don't go fast, man. We're chilling. If you go fast, just let it be the coffee that gets you all lit up.
Yeah, like, you know what? It could be. Maybe that's why I'm just like, I want to get up and jog right now. I'm gonna switch to standing desk. No, I'm good. I'm joking.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're good, man. You take the story. Listen, I just love hearing about what got you here to this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're along that story right now, though.
We are in LA now, and our friend who is friends with Gabs and who also gave us suggestions of like where to live in LA, which we did not take, and I'm still upset about that. But so he is a YouTuber.
Well, where'd you guys end up?
We ended up in Hollywood. He was so mad when he heard we were in, like, we were literally on, like, we were right, the like Hollywood Boulevard. We were right there. We were sitting right there. Like, oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like the people pressure.
Also, it's hard to apartment hunt from New York. You're
coming from New York, so yeah. I mean, like,
we don't know
it's whatever.
Things.
You're basically just gonna throw a dart at a map, and you're like, that's LA. I'm gonna end up there.
Okay. It kind of was like, and it sucks because, like I said, our friend who lived in LA was trying to tell us, which is funny because where he told us to live, we eventually lived.
Where did he tell you to go?
LA. In the valley, like North Hollywood,
okay.
Sherman Oaks, yeah.
Which is nice from an LA perspective. There's such a difference from a pace of like your everyday life from being in the valley versus being down.
It's so true. Like, it's so wild. It's so weird. I love the setup of LA and how spread out and like how different parts of LA are. It's so cool.
There's still tons of people, but as far as just like day to day going to the store or whatever, like it's just dramatically different.
Yeah.
So you guys end up in Hollywood. You're working at GameStop, and Gabs is pursuing her career.
Yeah.
Like the singer-songwriter career is what you're talking about.
But this is like the where we start to get into the content creation. So our friend who going to LA, like the one who was giving us suggestions, he's a YouTuber. And of course, like, he was the only person we knew moving to LA.
Yeah.
So we would hang out with him, and that's, how we met other YouTubers and whatnot.
So he was a YouTuber, and you were like, okay, now all of a sudden, like, I see this side of this world. I'm living in LA, and I'm gonna take a stab at content creation. When does that happen? Like,
no. Oh, that doesn't happen
till way later.
So yeah, because for me, I was watching this, I was like, I don't like this.
Was it for you?
I'm sitting here. Well, yeah, and the thing is, like, there's definitely different types of YouTubers, So, our friends who are still my friends, who were, we would have fun and a good time, but then there were certain YouTubers who would literally just come in and like everything was staged, it seemed, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
What do you mean?
What I mean?
What do you mean they would come in and everything's staged? Like their everyday life?
Okay, everyone do this, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, and I don't know these people.
Like they're vlogging like while you're with them.
Yes. Well, yes. And the only person who I didn't care was our friend that we knew, like, because like I was like he's just doing it.
How'd you know this friend? Was this one of Gab's friends, or was this your friend?
Yes, this was one of Gab's friends. He's still like he's still a great friend. Yeah, like, so anyway, a long story short, those YouTubers that I'm talking about that did it like that, like I don't even know, talk to them. I don't even know if they're still doing things.
Well, I mean, there's such a difference in like culture from moving from where you were in the Northeast to
there is, which and that's what's getting used to, you know, like you realize like, oh, like because meeting new people in LA and like, and again, not everyone, but most people in LA, it'll be like, what can you do for me?
Oh yeah.
And if you can do something for me, you can be a friend.
Yeah, that's, you know? Yeah, and like you said, it's not everybody, but I mean that happens. That's like persistent across, like, you know, you meet people, and I feel like up in the Northeast, it's completely not like. I feel
Northeast, it's like you're like my friend or you're not, like you know, like, and there's no like dancing around.
No. The way I've had it, like I've heard it explained is like if you meet someone new in LA, they'll ask you like, what do you do for a living? Versus like if you live in like Chicago or New York, they'll be like, who do you like, Cubs or Sox, or like Yankees or, you know, Mets or something like, you know, they'll ask something a little bit more real. And again, that's a generalization, but I mean that's
right.
Sort of, I mean,
again, like obviously it's not everyone.
Yeah, you spent your whole life up in the Northeast. All of a sudden you're in LA. Was there a period of culture shock where you kind of like, we got to get out of here?
No, because we still loved LA, but there was definitely a part that we're just like, okay, like we actually got to the point where like, you know what, we're good, we don't need any more friends. Like literally,
like the circle's cut off.
We were like, we're good, like, and you know, so it took a while to start, I guess, to really, you know, we had walls put up, you know, like we're just like, okay, like meeting people is going to be different. Now again, our one friend, always the exception. Then, so this is, you know, let's see, about 2 years into LA. And remember, we were there. So we were also in LA for 5 years. So this is like 2 years into LA.
Yep.
And then I meet these two amazing people. And that's Jen and Julian. Yep. And I met them through Josh. And oh my God, like this is where like, where everything kind of starts. Like, so I never thought I was cut out for content creation. Like, it's never a thing.
Why is that?
Because I watched Twitch before I knew a lot of these people. Like, I watched Twitch, like, you know, and
like you weren't cut out for it in the sense that you didn't have the
like
creativity?
I would watch these streamers. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, there's no way I can do this. Like I can't keep people entertained while I'm playing a video game. And so anyway, so, you know, and that's why I was just like, I'm not cut out for it. That's fine. And you know, it never, like, obviously if I could do that, I would. And then so Gab's actually, like, you know, so she was in the studio. She did an album while she was there and like a few songs.
Is she pouring what? So when she moves to LA, when you guys move to LA, and you obviously you're still at GameStop, right? Like when you're in LA, right? You just transfer basically. You say, hey, I want a gig, like in LA. But when she goes out there, she's very career driven. Is there a point in time where she's like 12, 13, 14 hours a day? Like all she's doing is pouring her heart and soul into this. And
I mean, yeah, like especially in her studio time though, like, you know, like it was, you know, and it was fun though, because I got to go there and see, you know, it was really cool.
That's pretty cool, man. That's like someone, you know, talk about Jason vibing, like all of a sudden you're out in LA's, you know,
right?
It's like dope.
You know,
there's palm trees.
Vibes.
Yeah, there's, you know, you got all these, you know, dope weather. There's like awesome people around, and now all of a sudden you're just like hanging out in a studio, dude. What an awesome like transition. What a just like way to just be like going from New York to LA.
Yeah, exactly. And then so anyway, so, you know, I start hanging out with like Julian a lot. And then I know he's doing Twitch and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, you know, and me, like, I've always been like, you know, like more of like a tech savvy, like into video games.
Right.
So I was actually helping Julian for a bit with his Twitch. and we were coming up with different ideas and stuff. And then so at that time, Gabs did a few things for YouTube. And anytime I was on camera, I was just afraid of it. And Gabs was like, "Why are you so afraid of the camera?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel like I should be doing something."
So you do the
I'm like, what do I do with my hands? Like, everything.
Do the sports thing. Do the thing with you're playing sport. That's what you do there. So
play sports.
Yeah. So you guys are messing around with YouTube. Is that for Gabs? Like getting some of her work out there?
She knew people doing it, and she was like, I could do this. You know. But then it started to pull focus from her music career. So she was like, I can't do this anymore. It's pulling that focus away from the music career that we are out here for.
Really? She thought YouTube was like a distraction. It
was, yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Like it totally was, yeah.
Was she trying to do like kind of like ghostwriting or something, or was she trying to like get her, personal?
So both actually. So, she has her stuff, but like her main thing is like her focus like kind of shifted there, and she's like, she can songwrite for people and like for like commercials and stuff like that. That's always like oh my god, she can just write, like that's what she does, like and it's so good. And not only that, like she has an amazing voice, so she can sing, like all of these things, and there's so much more opportunities out there, so it was great. So she was like, oh my god, she was all over the place. It was awesome. But yeah, the YouTube kind of pulled that focus away. So, but anyway, so that's where it's just like, and I'm like, I don't know what to do in front of the camera. But then I started doing Periscope. Now, do you remember that?
Dude, I was just thinking about Periscope the other day. And the reason I was thinking about it is because I'm like, man, Twitter has really tried, man. They have tried what was I doing? I was reading an article, and there was someone like, I'm trying to figure out where I should live stream, and they like listed they're like, should I live stream on Twitch? Should I live stream on Facebook? Should I live stream on YouTube or whatever? And I was like, man, all of these platforms have their own live product now. And then it got me thinking about Twitter. I was like, man, where's so Twitter buys Vine, it goes away. Twitter tries Periscope, and it goes away. I'm like, man, I really feel for Twitter. They're trying, man. That was the first time I thought about Periscope in a while, though. So you went pretty deep.
So I was doing Periscope, and then you know what? Honestly, I feel like that's where I got comfortable in front of a camera, even though it's my phone. And I just started, I don't know, it was kind of fun. Like, and I was, because with Periscope, you're reading chat, you're talking, and it was, honestly, I had so much fun. And then, so that's where everything kind of really started, was when I started doing Periscope, and I'm like, I really like this.
Wait, so
once I got over that.
So your live time on Periscope was literally just you hanging out?
Literally just me hanging out. And guess what? My first 24-hour stream was on Periscope.
You did a 24-hour stream on Periscope?
Yes, I did.
Yo.
And it was Periscope's year anniversary, and no one had done a 24-hour stream on Periscope yet.
So did that get propped up?
No, of course it didn't, because who am I?
But you're the guy doing 24-hour streams. No one's doing that.
But it was, let me tell you how much easier it is to do a 24-hour stream on Twitch, because you're actually doing stuff. I was staring at my phone talking.
That's why I'm like, what are you doing? Just hanging out? You're literally just chilling, like in your living room?
And at one point, Gabs and I went grocery shopping. We actually, and oh my God, it was so much fun. And I was just hanging out talking. Like, it was fun.
Is that still a product? Can you still do Periscope on Twitch? Or on Twitter? I'm sorry.
I think it's still a thing. I don't think they shut it down. But I don't think
do it. Is it a big thing? Or is anyone using that?
I haven't seen anyone use it. I don't know. But so that's where everything kind of like, where I was just like, okay, I really like this. Like, this is actually kind of fun. Like interacting with the chat, like interacting with people from around the world. Like, it was kind of cool.
You're pretty extroverted.
And by the way, at this point, like, and I always tell people, like, let's see, so maybe I'm about like 30, 31 here. I don't really ever know my age, but I my whole life have been trying to find a correct career path. And like, now I'm in my 30s, and it's not like I'm putting pressure on myself, but like I found it, like, Well,
like I said, you're pretty extroverted, right?
You're pretty extroverted. I would say so. Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you find an outlet where all you get to do is just, is literally just socialize, connect with people, engage with in conversation with people.
And at this point, it's still, I wouldn't say still a career path. It's just something I really like, I really like to do. So then, and as I'm doing this again, I'm friends and like, with Julian, we're like setting up things. So then one day, literally, they sit me down at their table and they're just like, Jason, Jen and Julian.
Okay.
And they're like, Jason, I think you should start doing Twitch. Like, seriously. And I was like, yeah. They're like, no, we're serious. I'm like, I don't know.
Were you still?
I mean, of course, I would like to do that.
Were you still jamming Rock Band at the time?
No. Because this was
way later. This is years later.
Yeah. Because I'm at this point. Yeah, I want to say 30, 31, like somewhere around there. What? So I started doing Twitch then, and I was like, and it was just a hobby, but like Twitch like surpassed, like, because I was still doing Periscope when I started Twitch, and when I started streaming.
Yep.
And then I realized how much more I like Twitch, like the gaming, the interaction, like it was just so much fun.
What's the first game you play?
The first game I played, I don't know.
There was nothing you were like.
Maybe it was like Skyrim or something.
Were you hooked on it? Like, dude, was that like the game you played every single time you streamed, or were you variety from the get?
I don't think variety. Like I wouldn't say I ever mained a game. I just like and play a game a lot.
Yeah.
Like that was never like one thing that's never been a part of my channel is like, I'm gonna play this game because my numbers are good. That's never been a thing for me. Like, it's just like, I'm going to play what I'm vibing with. And sometimes, like right now, I'm vibing with Dead by Daylight, and I play it a lot.
I've been seeing you play a lot of DVD, man.
But that's what I do. I mean,
I've seen you play a lot of games. You've played a lot of Sea of Thieves. You've played a lot of PUBG. There's a lot of games that you've played a lot of.
Yeah.
So at first you're playing Skyrim. So hold on. Jenna and Julian are like, hey, we think you need to stream on Twitch. Was this like an intervention? Was this like a Jason?
Like, I mean, they were serious. But they were friends, so they knew my same thing about like, because we talked a lot, so they knew my same thing. Like, I never had a career path, I never had a dream, and then I was just like, I've never been like, I can pick something up and be good at it and whatever. And then they saw like how Periscope was going, and they were just like, you're good at this and you love this, because I did.
Did you tell Did you tell like all of your friends and everyone that would come hang out like whenever you're live on Periscope? Did you tell everyone, all right guys, we're done with Periscope, we're moving over, and I'm going to be gaming? Was that like did you try?
It wasn't like a migration like a set like line, but it was literally sometimes I would Periscope and say, okay, I'm about to start Twitch stream. You know what I mean? Like turn my phone around and say like,
So you go live on Twitch day one. Do you have a lot of like what is the difference what was the difference for you from like going live day one on Twitch versus the first time you went live on Periscope?
I think I was more comfortable because I, from helping, like Julian's Twitch stream, I understood it. You know what I mean? I knew the interaction. Like, so I guess like there was more of an understanding of what I can do.
So, and plus, I mean, I guess you got a game there, which is a buffer, which is helping
exactly.
you.
The game was great. Like, if like no one's chatting or whatever, I'm just gaming,
So the first day you go live, do you see a lot of your Periscope, like friends?
You know what? I did. And a lot of them are still like,
still hanging.
Yeah. Like some are my mods. Like,
oh, that's legit, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. You go live, and at first it's like, you're just starting. So obviously, you're not like, and I know you said you're not focused on numbers,
at this point, it's a hobby. It's kind of like, and this is before affiliate on Twitch. So like, this is just, I'm doing my thing.
4 years ago?
I'm vibing with this. 4 or 5.
You've been streaming for what? 4 years? 5 years? Is that what?
You know how everyone knows their stream anniversary? I don't fucking know. I don't know my partner anniversary. I don't know my stream anniversary. I don't know any of it. I know my birthday. I just don't know how old I am.
Dude, you're winning if you know your birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 or 5 years ago, just roundabout, you go live. That's about, let me think about what's going on Twitch about 4 or 5 years ago. That's when like H1Z1 started getting popular and all that kind of stuff.
H1Z1. Yeah.
Do you start, and I know you had so much time in PUBG. So at what point do you start playing, like the BR type games or?
So, the thing is, like I was actually watching H1Z1, what was it? King of the Kill at the time. Cause I remember that I was like, oh, this is so fun to watch. And like, I never got into H1Z1 only watching. So I never really got into the BRs yet. And again, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I don't know. Like, again, it's a hobby. And I'm just like, I'm not vibing with the BRs yet, but I really enjoy watching them.
Right. But so Skyrim, you're just playing a variety of games. It's a hobby. But you're still doing GameStop, right?
At this time.
Or had you let retail go?
No, I think. See, that's tough. I think I was done with GameStop.
Did you not? Did you, when you moved on from retail, was it not because you all of a sudden found this new sort of sustainable level of income with content creation?
So no, not at all. So I knew, like, I was still, I was doing like ad sales for like a YouTube company.
Oh, so you did the thing again where you left because you're done with retail, and then you found a new gig, like new industry, new everything.
Oh yeah, and I hated it. Keep in mind, absolutely hated it.
So you're doing ad sales for some sort of.
But this was great because for me, it's like, all right, I'm I'm making an income. And at this point, I think when I'm at this place, I realize that Twitch can become a little bit more serious. So this is that transition of hobby to, I see now that if I put the time and the time and the effort into Twitch, I can make this a serious thing.
Serious in the sense of like that income, like you can be earning against.
Right. So at
reasonably
that time,
earning against your time.
Yeah. So when I started taking it seriously, I was just like, okay, so let's try to see if we can transition from a hobby to like actually making Twitch a thing. And so I was doing Twitch, and this was, oh my God, this was so rough. I was doing full-time job, and then when I got home, I was doing Twitch full-time. So like, and Gabs and I knew we're probably gonna leave LA soon. And so we knew so I was just grinding away at Twitch and
she was done. You're gonna leave LA soon because she was done.
No, not that she was done. It was that so our plan always was to move to LA, and then when we are ready to, because in this time, Gabs and I got engaged in LA, we got married, and then so all of this time there's so much happening, of course, still.
Oh yeah.
So we were when our plan was when we want to have children, that we want them to grow up around our family. So we knew our end game is always like back the Philadelphia area with the fam. So yeah. So, and we knew, we were just like, you know what? I think we got and I think at that time we were there for 2 more years.
Cause you moved back to the Northeast in what? It was 2017, 2018, right?
2018, maybe the end of the endish of 2018.
Yeah. Cause I remember I met each other at TwitchCon a few years ago at the Broadcaster Royale. We were both. Remember that? You remember that? That's how we met. And I think I remember you telling me something about a move that was going on at that time.
I think that's when we were moving. Yeah. It was either we had just moved, maybe. Yeah, I just remember that being something that you and I had talked about. There was a move. Yeah, dude, dude, I remember that because I was just like, oh, where's that guy with the backpack? Because Lexi introduced us.
Yeah. Lexi came over and she was just like, hey,
she was like, this is the guy with the coffee. I was like, oh yeah, you're the coffee guy.
Yeah, she was like, some homies want some cold brew. I was like, all right, and I walked over and you were over there and I just gave you that was that cold brew black. Like I said, that's how I know.
Oh,
I always remember you drink cold brew black.
You're like, yes, I do.
You always get it, man. That's like the one. If I'm sending you coffee, it's cold brew black. The one you just got the other day was cold brew black, wasn't it? There was a 6-pack in there.
Yeah,
and some powder.
Oh, and the powder. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Don't even start me on the powder. I love it,
guys. If you've been listening and hearing Jason tell his story, everyone, thank you so much for being here so far.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I feel like this is taking so long. I'm so sorry.
What are you talking about, dude? I feel like we just started. This is there's so much more that I need to hear. You know what I mean? From what's going on in your world. We're only up to 2018 at this point. But guys, thank you everyone for hanging out. Party Boats and Thieves, again, a podcast experience brought to you and fueled by Madrinas Coffee, which happens to be the coffee company that I started with my brother a few years ago. If you guys are interested in grabbing any of our cold brew or our powders, you guys can head over to madrinascoffee.com. And now, if you guys want to support Jason and this podcast, if you guys want to get 20% off, and this is how you guys are hearing about it, Jason Sulli, discount code 20%.
Hell yes. Hey, how long is this discount code active for?
Dude, we just turned it live today. So like, however we normally have it up for like maybe month or whatever, how it rolls. But if you if you want it
well,
up,
I was just wondering if I because I might
if you want it up, and if you want it up in perpetuity, it can just be up. It's easy for us for discount codes. It's easy for us
to keep it up in perpetuity,
dude. It's easy for us to whatever, however long you want it. But guys, everyone, thank you guys for hanging out and chilling with us. I don't often get a chance to game or hang with Jason anymore.
I know.
For a lot of reasons.
Dad hours, we thought dad hours were going to be a thing.
And that's one of them, man. Is like I was so banking on like when Aria was going to be born. I kept telling people. I would tell people that I would, that we'd sail with. I'd be like, yo, listen, one of these days, Jason's, Captain Grandma is going to be with us.
Captain Grandma?
Captain Grandma's going to be on this boat. There was a minute there you were hopping for forts of the dam, and I think you were getting ready for dad hours.
We were.
Remember, you would hop for a fort. And because
and then I'd just be like, "Yo, guess what?
Yeah,
we got one."
It's fun, and your Captain Grandma would just be pointing at the skull in the sky.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So, like I said, I don't get a ton of time to hang with Jason anymore. Our hours are so different. So you're doing okay. So before we get to now, so 2018 or whatever, you guys moved back up northeast, and it's been a whirlwind, obviously, because
so I was but before that though, I was doing full-time job, full-time Twitch. Now probably I was doing that for about
is that pre-move you were doing that before you went back? Because you had already been live for like 2 or 3 years. You had been grinding at that point.
So then I was grinding, and I think I was almost ready. I was like, I think I'm almost ready to do the full conversion of going
your lifestyle
on Twitch. So then and I'm not fully ready. So then all of a sudden, the company I'm working for has to let go of 90% of its employees.
Do you offer yourself up for a layoff? You're like, yo, I've been meaning to get out of here.
No, because I wasn't fully ready yet. I would say I was maybe 2 to 3 months out, so I'm not prepared for this. And then this was very scary news. But then they agreed for a 3-month severance package, and I was just like, I can, this is it. I can grind this time, and so this is when I was just like, okay, it is time. No, we're throwing everything at Twitch. Here we go.
Just Twitch. At this point, you hadn't thought about anything else.
At this point, it was just like, if these 3 months Twitch doesn't work, then we're done.
So 90-day gauntlet, 90-day.
It really was
let's figure it out. And so what? So you start attacking it. What? You go live. You start doing 200 to 300 stream hours a month at that point.
Oh my god, yeah. It's 16-hour streams, almost twice a week. It was. I mean, it was just all or nothing at this point. And I'm just I'm doing work. This is where we get into graphics at this point. We get into just rehauling everything, and start working on audio and stream setup stuff. I went all out for this.
And at this point, you're still in LA.
Yeah, we're still in LA. Yeah, and we probably at this point we still probably this is a year left now. We're probably in LA.
About a year left in LA, and then the 90-day gauntlet hits. And what do you? So during that 90 days, because it obviously sounds like the way that you're telling this, there's a huge level of importance. Had those 90 days not gone just right, you just would have given it up.
And I wouldn't give it up, stop streaming, but it would have been it's not my full-time thing.
Hobby. It would have been a hobby level.
It would have been I'll stream once or twice a month or something, so but I'm gonna be.
So you go all in. What are you playing at this time? What is this
is PUBG time. So this is full on PUBG time. And and then we do a few single player games in here and there, but this was definitely the PUBG times. Those days.
Dude, the PUBG grind was so awesome, man.
Right?
You just wanted to grind. Like, and what an easy game to grind for 16 hours. I mean,
it was you like you wouldn't even realize.
No, like, I mean, playing any game for 16 hours multiple times a week for weeks and months on end. No, that's not easy because, I mean, obviously, you know, there's a lot of energy that, you know, you have to like expel for that. But man, if there's going to be one, PUBG at the height of its like hype and you know, I don't know. It was just that right there. That was the one. That was the one that, like, I don't know. You start at night, like it's just like, oh, just one more. Just one more.
Yeah,
You're just gonna drop
it was
again.
always that one more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, so that was PUBG time, and honestly, like, and I was having a ball. Like, the thing is, it's like weird, like where you're grinding so much, but you're having fun at the same time. You know, so it's like, for me, it's unheard of. Be like, you know, like, this is a career, but like, should I be having this much fun? You know. But you know, and at times, like, it was very, very, very stressful because I'm like, this is it. Like, I really like, this is that first time I'm like, I really like this. Like, this is what I want to do. You know,
that
but
20-year-old
like,
Jason, that 18-year-old version of Jason that was trying to find his career being a stunt man, who didn't know what he wanted, finally found it. You're in your 30s.
Yeah.
And you're going hard. So during this period, do you start seeing growth? Or are you like,
like this, and like, I'm sitting here, I'm just like the whole time I'm like questioning, I'm like, why are people watching me? Like, what is it? like hello? But it was so much fun. Like, and I was having fun, but also worried, and like all of these things, and you know, like,
worried in the sense that you don't think that you could sustain what's going on. Like, it's fun, it's a good time, you're seeing yourself grow, but you're like, how permanent is this? How real is this?
Right. And you know, and you know, it went well in those 90 days. Like, actually, you know, they went well, and like, you know, I just can. And the thing is, I think during that time, it was a lot of like, you know, self-discovery of like, you know what, like the more I stream, the more I'm loving it, but I can't burn myself out. And then also, I realized that like, you know, I can do this now, that like, once this is sustained, I can do this anywhere. This would be so helpful.
Yeah.
If I could do this, you know, when like, bring this back with me.
So then,
like, when we go back to Philly, you know.
Yeah. So 90 days is up. Are you, because I know, again, you said you don't really look at numbers. You're not really driven by, you know, you're going to do you. Like, you're going to say, this is what I enjoy. This is what I feel like I need to invest my time in. But at the end, you know, in this period where you are trying to figure out if it's like sustainable, are you obsessing over your data at that point, or your income, or are you looking at it every day? Like, what are you learning? What are you seeing? And like,
I think this is where I learn not to obsess over it, because that was the stressful part, because, you know, it's like, this content creation is such it's day to day, you know, like every day is like way different. You just never know what's going to happen, you know? And yeah, I mean, it was just, you know, it was a lot of learning, I think, about like Twitch and like what I can do to better myself, because I think it was more, you know, because I didn't want to be that person that's just like, oh, you know, like, I need more subs, or I need this. That's what I realized I'm not going to concentrate on. I'm going to concentrate on the content creation itself. And people can choose to support. If they want to support, they support. If they don't, you can still watch. That's support, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, and I realized that's where it is. Like, that's where I want to be. Like, I don't want anyone to ever come in my stream and be like, oh, I got to sub to this guy. No, just come in and vibe, you know?
But you should sub to Jason, because Jason's a homie.
No, just hang out.
Yeah. So if you like, would you say that that's probably like, if you were gonna say, I would love to go back and give, you know, my former self some advice as you're getting started, don't obsess over it that much, or what's the one thing that
former self, don't, like, for that whole story, don't give yourself timelines of it. Don't compare your timelines to other people. Make your own story.
In the sense that don't benchmark yourself against someone that you think is a direct peer of yours.
Like, you have someone who found their career, they knew what they wanted to do at 18, or, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're giving yourself these deadlines that you don't need to do for your career. You don't need to do for, I don't know, like, because like, for me, I didn't find what I exactly had a passion for until what, 31, 32? Like, that's
is
late.
This it? Is this,
or
like,
it's early for some people. Who could know?
Is content creation, is this it? Is this your career?
I mean, I'd say yes. Like I love this.
I don't mean
like,
that from a practical standpoint. I mean from that sort of ethos standpoint of you never really being able to find what it is that you felt that you loved and wanted to do for the rest of your life. This is that.
This is it.
This is that.
And like I wouldn't even consider it, I don't know, like content creation, like I know it's such a wide variety, but like just the fact that I can like interact with a bunch of people, that is what like drives me, I guess.
So when when your friends come back and say, hey, come back to New York and work with us at Barnes and Noble, you're like, soon, or you're like, no, never.
No, I mean, I listen, you can never say never on anything. Like,
nope.
Will I be back in retail someday? Who could know? Maybe. But you gotta just go with where life brings you.
Well, I mean,
right now it's content creation.
Well, it seems like you've entered this phase, right? I mean, because you're in dad mode now, where you're probably much more. I don't know, the version of you that was just like up and ready to be like, oh, let's go to LA, like just on a whim, right? And within like a few months, you make it happen, and you're just vibing. Like I feel like you're probably at a point in your life where you're a little bit more. I don't know. Is grounded a fair word to say it? Like, not in the sense that you weren't before personally, but I mean,
I think, Gabs and I, we could make our home anywhere as long as we were together. But now I think, for us, it's time to, put roots down and, because we have a daughter now.
Which is a huge deal. Again, man, congrats. I can't tell you congrats enough on it. It's awesome.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Following that whole deal, like, the pregnancy and wait, because I remember there was just a lot of anticipation being like, oh, I remember people be like, oh, Jason's, like Arya's going to be born. Like the whole thing was really fun. And so it's
yeah.
And because you do a really good job. Like, I mean, you tell, like you do a good job of communicating that part of your life, like on Twitter and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you get to know you on your social platforms, you get to know the family and you get to see that side of that dad side of you. Do you ever like wonder if that's a side where you should share, or are you just like, hey, these are my people and this is my life, I want to share it?
I mean, I'm right now, like, Gabs and I do talk about like what we do want to share and what we don't share. I think, and especially like as Arya gets a little older, like I think, she'll probably be a little more removed from the internet.
Sure.
But yeah, like I don't mind, like I don't mind it because the thing is, and especially again, after meeting a bunch of online personalities, I guess you could say, I want people to see, like, if they meet me in real life, I want them to know what they're getting. And that's literally what I put on the internet. I'm not like I don't want to seem fake, and I'm not. That's always been my one thing. Like what you see and hear from me, that's me. It's literally me. Like I'm not putting on a show. Maybe I'm a little quiet. I don't shout as much when I'm out in public, but that's about it.
Do you guys, have you found another piano bar that you guys can go hang out at?
We actually, so I know we live around Philly, but we still why is this not working? We still go to New York to our old piano bars that we visit.
Do you?
And, yeah.
Do you guys? So what is it, like an hour bus ride or something like that, or do you just drive?
We take the train normally, and it's about like total like house to New York City is probably about 2.5 hours.
Oh, it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So I mean, we normally make a night of it.
Do you?
But like obviously, it's not gonna be it's gonna be a while before we do that again. But
sure, yeah. I have such a hard time making sense of like the geography up there because all those cities are so dang close.
So close together, yeah.
I feel like I've been on planes and I'm like flying over and I can see so many of the cities at once. I can see Philly, I can see New York. I swear I can even look down and see like DC. Like it's like when you're way up there. I don't know if I may be just like making it up. I might just be like see lights and be like that's DC. But man, I feel like it's all so close and there's so many dang people.
Yeah, You can drive to almost any major city around here.
Is that going to be your guys' home pretty permanently?
Yes, yes, for sure. And the thing is, like, because of the access to Philly and New York City, like as much as like Gabs and I grew up near Philly, we both we love New York City so much.
Well, you guys do it. What was better? What's a better city for partying? Is it New York or is it Philly?
Oh, New York for sure.
New York.
Yeah. I mean, come on. The bars are open till 4 a.m. Come on. You can't even beat that. But I don't know. I
4 a.m. Are the bars open until 4 a.m.
Philly's great,
in New
but
York?
like New York is better. It sucks. I would say Philly has more of a like close local vibe, but New York, I don't know. There's just I don't know. And that's me. And then people from Philly will be like, oh, no. And then,
Dude, I've been out in Philly before. Philly, I get what you're saying. It's definitely, it's like more neighborhoods, you know? Whereas like
exactly.
Where like in New York, you get that huge, I don't know. There's so many places. I always feel overwhelmed when I'm in New York. Like you couldn't even come close to doing like enough, like for what it has to offer.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's the thing, like bar hopping in New York is the best. You literally just pick a area of New York and every 3 steps is a new bar. And they're always so cool. I
was up in New York and I found I was Googling around for bars that were near me because I was kind of doing the bar hopping thing. And there was one bar and I happened to be like a block away. And the bar on the Google review said that you have to get in through a payphone.
Oh, please don't tell. Yeah.
You know what that is?
It's a hot dog place.
Yes.
And then there's a phone booth in the hot dog place.
That's the exact place. Please don't tell. You know what I'm talking about. Dude,
of course I know what you're talking about.
I didn't know it was well known. I'm not from New York. So I'm just up there and I'm looking around. You know what I mean? Like you go there and like you take the like you go to the payphone. It's on the corner and like, or it's like kind of like right when you walk in and then like they give you like I don't know, what was it? Like they like immediately ask you for your name and your reservation or whatever, and like or like the amount of people you have. And then
it's just the amount of people, and it goes by like strict speakeasy rules. Like whoever you arrive with, that's the only people you can talk to. Of course, the bartender you can talk to.
Yeah.
And then like you can't have your cell phones out during it. So like,
dude, I can't believe you've been there.
And if you're too loud, they'll kick you out. Like,
yeah. That one was nuts. I always feel like that. So yeah. So I mean, you're at a point now. Obviously, do you feel like you and Gabs got your full fix of that?
Oh, we always say like both of us are just and obviously. We're not even close to finishing our lives, but like,
I mean, you just started parenthood.
Like
you just started parenthood.
Yeah, but we've lived, like we did New York great, like we did LA great, like we,
What was which city had better like eats, like for like restaurants? New York.
Now LA, there are some great food places, but like, New York, I don't know. New York, sure.
Yeah. What if you were gonna go back to New York? Do you have a spot that's like, this is my restaurant, this is my go-to?
Restaurant. What's funny? The place that Gabs and I like shut down, and we're so upset about it.
Why? Because of COVID?
No, it was before that. Like it shut down. Like when we moved back? So like a few years ago.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it was upsetting. I don't think we have a set restaurant. We have set bars.
Set bar, you gotta. Well, when we bring up the duplex, that's where you guys met. You guys probably, but
yeah. Well, we surprisingly don't visit the duplex more. Because Stonewall's right next door, and that's where all our friends work.
Oh, really? And you don't want to see them?
Yeah, we want to see them. They're
you see them. Okay, I get what you're saying. You go there
no,
instead.
They work at Stonewall. Yeah. Duplex. I don't think we really know anyone there anymore.
All right. So
we hang out at Stonewall.
So you're in this mode right now where you start streaming at, call it 8 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock your time.
Well, 8, give or take a few hours. No. I try to start at 8. Yeah.
And then you go until 2 or 3 a.m. And then what time do you wake up?
I wake up at around 10:30.
Around 10:30, and then you're in like you immediately start doing dad things.
Yes. Once that happens, like I have my routine. Like I get up, of course you got a coffee up.
Big time.
Let's not be crazy.
Huge,
and
massive.
That's first coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then I do I sterilize the bottles, like get food ready, because she doesn't wake up from her nap till 11. So I have this like little bit of time to get some stuff done around the house. I normally do the trash, just the household stuff,
normal stuff,
so it doesn't seem like our house is falling apart.
So do you ever get stir crazy, like being, because obviously you're working from home?
Oh well, yeah, and she gets stir crazy. Our daughter gets stir crazy. She's 6 months. But yeah, we actually have a really walkable neighborhood, so we take a nice long walk. Like
even in COVID, even like during this time, it's like getting out has been like in your neighborhood has been fine.
Oh yeah. Like honestly, I'll tell you what, like it's surprising. Like everyone's like very respectful of space, like because there's not that, and surprisingly, there's not that many people walking. So like today, I did a walk after we talked earlier.
Yeah.
We took about like a mile and a half walk, and I didn't see anyone.
Dude, well, okay. So you're streaming every day right now, right? Like 5 or 6 days a week?
5 to 6 days, yeah.
5 or 6. Okay. And so then you're going live, you're doing your dad thing.
You know it.
Yeah. So like, dude, like this is that moment. And then, you know, what led to me asking you to do this is that like we never got to game together. So this is that moment where I was hoping that dad hours would kick in. But dude, listen, right? you got to keep your schedule. It sounds like everything's rocking and rolling, man.
It is like, and I'm like really, whew, I've been really like trying to like do like different things too. Like I mean, I don't know, like I started up a book club with a friend, which is, you know, we're doing on Twitch, which is once a month, and we just started it last month. And
what was the book? What was the first book?
Well, we're starting with the Percy Jackson series. You know, it's
fantasy?
easy reads, yeah. So it's easy reads, and then we're gonna start getting like the more like the like deeper stuff. But like I think we're starting off with more of a fantasy kind of
big book energy is what I'm being told.
Yeah, it's called big book energy. Yeah,
big book energy.
So yeah, so we're starting off. You know,
when are you reading?
Like,
when do you find the time to read? On that 1 to 2 days that you're not live?
Yeah, remember that wind down I said after stream?
Yeah. That's when
reading. I'll tell you what, reading has been any time like I feel like because you know, there's been a lot of times where I know we all feel it, like let's just disconnect from the internet. Oh my God. I will tell you what, my best wind down is being like put in like the world of books. Like I don't know why, but like it just pulls me out better than gaming. Because sometimes you know, it'd be gaming offline is kind of like a nice like wind down.
I mean, you get to do all the creation.
Reading,
you get to do all the creation for that world in your mind versus like having it told to you, which is such a cool. It's like a cool like moment for your brain to have. Like, you know what I mean? Like this. I think this is the reason why people always say like the book is better than the movie is because they created it in their mind.
Exactly.
That whole world and what people looked like and what. You know, what the whole environment was like you created in your mind. So like getting to, I'm with you, man, getting to do that. I just don't know how you find the time. But I mean,
I don't know how I find the time for everything I've been doing lately, but that's why I was just like, I need to do this because I haven't talked to you in so long. And I keep like, there's so much I have to do. And I was just like, I just want to talk to Alex. Like, come on.
Thank you for finding time to do this, man. That's huge.
When you said the times, I'm like, oh, it's already nap time. This is good.
We need to listen. We need to make sure that the PUBG tournament or something like that actually happens.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, as I'm like
not
putting
even a tournament,
so much
it's just
together.
A day of games, right?
Yeah, really, just a day of games.
Just a day of doing custom games and all that kind of stuff or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So what's you got big book energy right now that you're doing? Sounds obviously like a lot of fun, but what's next from the like from a big picture standpoint, from like the macro standpoint, Jason Sulli, here's what's coming up in the next 1 to 3 year, like in your mind, like creatively, what do you got coming up? What's next?
You know, I mean, creatively, it's just like, I don't know. I think my biggest thing, you know, for me is almost not, I wouldn't say a consistency, but like that feeling of home when people come to a stream, like a like you're just you know, just settle in, get comfy kind of thing, you know, and just have fun. Like,
so doubling down on your current basically like schedule and format and making it better, fine tuning it and doing the best that you think that you're able to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that like for me it's like I always want to be improving the stream. Like I always want to, you know, think of new things, think of, you know, and just like, you know, evolve with Twitch.
Do you have a bug
and honestly evolve with content creation? Because I can't say Twitch because you never know what can happen.
Do you have an itch? Do you have an itch for like other platforms?
No,
TikTok.
I don't.
Let's talk about
like I'm good
TikTok.
on this platform, but no, I'm good on this one right now. Like, you know, depending. I guess depending on how things evolve, like I'm good on Twitch right now, but like I always got to be ready to make a change if it's needed. Like, I mean, look, it sucks that a lot of people got uprooted from Mixer you know?
Oh yeah.
So, and you just never know. Like, I would say nothing is permanent. So, just got to be ready to, move, but always try to be able to create a home for, my community somewhere.
You're not, we're not going to get any Jason Sulli dance, like little dance videos, 15-second dance videos on TikTok.
No, I don't think people want dad dance. You know what? I say that, but that's probably not true. But people don't want my dad dance. And honestly, it's so funny because the older I get, I'm realizing like I can't do technology. And it's like my brain's forgetting things. Like oh my God, I'm going to sound like a dad. I don't get the lingo sometimes. I don't get the memes sometimes. I'm like, I don't get it.
That's part of dad mode, man. That's part of dad mode.
But it's like,
dad mode, dad bod, dad energy, dad everything, dude, dad jokes.
I'm putting out that dad energy.
You got got the dad jokes, man. You better step your dad jokes up. I haven't heard you made one yet. Nothing else besides doubling down on Twitch?
No, just honestly, my big thing is just creating a home for creating a nice little corner of the internet, and that's it.
That's like that's really homey.
Like. Yeah, there's nothing huge in the works right now. It's kind of just like, doing things and like,
That's like Mr. Rogers, like Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood types. Like, this is my corner, wonderful day in the corner of the internet. Like, that's what I'm thinking. That's what you're talking about, a cozy part of the internet.
I gotta start getting some sweaters,
What about merch?
Merch,
like, do you have anything big?
I don't have anything big coming, but like I have so many ideas. So there's always some new stuff. I want
like knee-high socks where I can put like a J on the left and an S on the right.
You don't want that.
Maybe I don't want that, but I feel like somebody might want that. I don't know what I would want.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know what I would want. Do you have mugs?
Do you have? Yeah, I think I have.
Like,
I have a mug with
for
that.
sale?
That stupid face that I have. Yeah, I think there's a mug with that on it.
Currently for sale.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if there is and I don't have it, I'm gonna solve that problem very quickly. I'm gonna make sure I have.
I'm literally looking right now because I forget if it's still up or not.
If it's still up or not. Dad dance. What's this? Jason Sulli dance party. This is you doing a dad dance.
Oh,
anybody
God.
that wants to see
this is you don't want that.
Oh my good Lord. I'm gonna. Oh yes. Anybody that wants to click that link, I can't pull it up onto the stream right now, but this is incredible. Dude, look at that room. Look at that stream room. That's intense.
My room. Yeah, that's my new place.
Yeah. Is that a fridge full of claws?
It sure is. Well, it's emptier now. I got to order more today.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite flavor?
I'm honestly so before the new ones were out, it was black cherry, but now I'm kind of between tangerine and watermelon.
Dude, watermelon's fire, man. I don't drink them that often, but like I never was into White Claws, and then I tried the watermelon one not too long ago, and I'm like, yo, this one's lit. That's the one, dude. That's a whole fridge full of White Claws you got there.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Is that if you're gonna drink, that's what you're gonna drink?
I like it because it's light, but normally like. I don't know. Like I mostly am drinking like vodka or something lately. Normally it used to be whiskey, but I've been feeling vodka lately. And I say vodka like that. I know it's vodka.
Wait, how are you saying it?
Fun of me. Like via like everyone types vodka? It in chat here. Yeah, everyone types it in my chat like this.
VOKA?
No, like that.
Wait, did you just type it? Where'd you type it?
In your chat.
Why don't I see it?
Well, it's just gone. I see it.
You see it?
Wait, does no one see it? Oh, I'm invisible. Yo.
Wait, why are you invisible?
Phantom. No, I don't know. I see it. I just typed it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Dude, that's weird. I don't see it.
Oh, guess. Well, I mean, Kira typed it correctly, so.
Okay, there we go. Dude, what's going on? You're like Ghost
Band. No, that's weird.
You're like Ghost Band. I got you as a VIP even.
Oh, yeah. I know the badge popped up when I typed.
Kelly goes, you didn't type nothing.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me reload this.
He says, but it's vodka. Vodka. Okay. Why do you say vodka? There it is. There's Jason's beautiful face in chat.
I say a lot of things stupid. Like like that's just me.
So vodka without the D. That's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, vodka.
I gotta get you on that.
You know what I think it is? I probably like when I'm intoxicated, like that's probably the way I say it, and we just kept it that way.
Oh, you were on Among Us last night.
Oh, I sure was.
Were you guys? Was that a drinking stream, like a drinking and Among Us hangout?
Yeah, it was.
But you've been. So, how much of your time right now would you say is DBD? Is it like 90%?
Lately, because I've been wanting to play a lot of things, I would say it's probably about 50% right now.
50%?
But yeah, for the past, like, if we were saying like the past 2 months, it's been like 90%. Yeah. Because I've been doing some Among Us. I've been doing what's that? Oh. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, man.
I've been doing Among Us. I just started that Phasmophobia. I was trying out Spellbreak, Avengers. I just, I'm all over the place, but DBD is main still.
Does DBD get pretty competitive? Are you like, because I saw Gambit was like talking about like grinding leaderboards and all that kind of stuff.
So there's you have a rank and everything. So no matter what, it's not like there's ranked and casual. Like no matter what, there's a rank. People get competitive, but you know me.
Yeah, man. By the way, I know that it's almost time for Aria to wake up, so we'll wind down here, man. Thank you for putting so much time into just hanging out and chatting.
This is so much fun,
dude. Like I said, I told you it's gonna be a low key thing. We just come and hang out and have a good time, guys. If you guys have any,
I feel like I hate talking about me, so I'm sorry.
I love when you talk about you.
I know, you just let me go.
That's why I invited you out here. I wanted to hear you talk about you.
Oh my god.
If anybody has anything for Jason that they think is an awesome question, so Jill, so there's a couple things that I'm gonna have to ask. They're like rage baity questions, but
yeah,
I'm just gonna have to ask them who's gonna win in a fight, a gorilla or a brown what bear is it? A grizzly bear or a gorilla?
Both very strong. I'm gonna go with, because of opposable thumbs, I'm going with gorilla on that.
All right, that's one more for Team Gorilla. We're just gonna have to tally this up. This is just gonna be an ongoing tally.
Where's everyone
at this point.
at?
I mean, I say grizzly bear. Grizzly bears to me are like, they're big. First off, I think they're bigger than gorillas. I'm saying this based on no formal education.
Is like, you have to understand the strength of a gorilla, though. Like, dude, they're just.
I'm not the only one.
It's a pile of muscle running around. Like a grizzly bear. Now, while also strong, they just got a bunch of fur and
but they're fast, man. They're fast AF. They can get anywhere. They're blazing
who said
fast.
They're racing? You said fighting.
Speed is so important in all facets of life. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If it's like speed to react to things in business or speed to react to things while you're fighting. Speed, man. Speed.
All right,
there's a premium on speed.
When a grizzly bear gets, wants to be intimidating, they stand up on two legs. Okay. A gorilla's low to the ground like a bulldog. So you're not gonna knock over a gorilla.
So you're saying the gorilla's gonna take the grizzly bear's knees out?
Well, I don't know how the gorilla's gonna act, but it's low. And
I mean, at least we're getting
standing up on two legs is giving it like.
I'll say this: at least we're talking tactically at this point. Most of the defense that happens is that gorillas have thumbs, and I'm like, that's fine and all, but I mean, like, anything without a thumb can still do a ton of damage. Like, you know what I mean? Like a shark doesn't have thumbs.
Listen, a gorilla's gonna get hurt, but I still think a gorilla would win it.
See, I put the premium on speed. So that's where this one's not a question. So someone says this isn't a question. Just Jason, we love you. So that's you're very loved, Jason. Just that's the message. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The next one. Just bear with me on this, and I ask everybody this, and this is, there's gonna be people in the chat right now that are gonna be very annoyed that I asked this question even at all. But
oh boy,
it is Jumanji a movie about time travel?
Oh no, it's not.
Right here, Kelly says end stream. I'm telling you, this right here is a question that gets people angry. Not just this is like the rage bait to the max. If you ever want to bring up if you're ever like, oh, here's a crowd of people, let me see if I can ruffle the feathers. Ask that question. Right here, it says enter this box in the next 5 minutes. I'm telling you, that one, Yeah, to me, it's a movie about time travel. I said it once. We watched it the other week. People wigged out. They lost their mind when I said it was a movie about time travel.
I mean, you could, like, you could also say, like, is it a movie about animals? Like,
sure.
Is it a movie about board games? Like,
definitely also
you can make it about anything, but no, it's not about time travel.
It's about Robin Williams.
It is about Robin Williams.
Okay, this is another one. This is just another nice compliment. Jorce is the best. When did you start? When did people start calling you Jorce?
Julian started that actually. So
Julian's got a way with words
because it came from Jorson, which Gabs or Jorson gave the name when it was in New York when that happened, and because Jason is completely different from, like, when I'm drunk, I'm someone completely different. So when you're drunk, you're someone completely different. Yeah, and that's where Jorson come from. And what's that person like? When can we do a podcast with that person? With Jorson? With Jorson. Oh my god! Next time we'll even have like the name. See above your name where it says Jason. We'll just literally put Jorson. We got to do a drunk podcast. I want to see what this different person's like. Don't even tell me what they're like. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna not too soon. Maybe like in a month, maybe 2-3 months. I'm gonna ask you to do that. We're gonna do a drunk podcast. A Jorson podcast, and we're gonna learn about Jorson. I don't even need to hear about him now. All right. Jorson, you can't get to stop talk. But so then it was just shortened to Jorce, and that's where that came from. Because I've always I'll just say Jorce sometimes, and then I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know where that came from. Someone said I'm talking at Gilmore Girls speeds. Gilmore Girls was a good show. I wish, if only. Gilmore Girls was a good show. They would have that on the same night that Smallville was on. You remember that show? I remember Smallville. Do you watch much? Like TV, are there any shows that you get to binge? I only rewatch things. I never watch anything new. What do you rewatch the most? No time. Right now I've been rewatching Bob's Burgers for like the 50th time, and Schitt's Creek. Dude, people are all up on that Schitt's Creek. People are all up on that. We were just talking about that at the Madrinas office the other day. I think it was Hannah. Hannah was like trying to say that it was no good or whatever. And with Jill, was it you? Jill? I would say it's not for everyone. People are up on that right now, man. People it's like winning awards and stuff. Which is awesome. All right, man. I'll let you get out. We can wind it down now. Aria's gonna wake up any minute. Can you believe this is 2 hours? Yeah, I can't believe I didn't think we were gonna make it, but we did. Here we are. You didn't think we'd make 2 hours? I didn't think I could talk that much, but here we go. I can't watch this back because I don't want to hear myself talk. Dude, I never watch these back. I can't hear myself talk. I hate watching myself back. I'm like, oh my god. Like I'm a fool. Like, what's the game you're most excited about coming out soon? Oh, Cyberpunk probably. Dude, that's the easy answer. It is the easy answer, but I don't I normally don't do my research on games coming out because I just wait till they come out and and then react to if they're fun. Yeah, because I try not to hype anything up too much. I've been let down too many times, so it just kind of let the game come out. Honestly, I feel like that's the problem with Cyberpunk is I feel like so everybody. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I mean, it's safe to call this literally the most hyped game probably ever to come out ever. Aside maybe Halo 3, I don't know, or you know what I mean? GTA, but yeah, I mean GTA, but I don't know if GTA was as hyped as this, man. So that's your answer? Is Cyberpunk? Yeah, anything else? For the most part, again, I don't really do my research on that because I kind of I feel like I've been let down. We've all been let down so many times, so it's kind of we'll see what happens. Very many times. Okay, and then the other thing is, man, we gotta you sent that tweet out and you got everyone all excited and we need to play PUBG. There needs to be a night. I know you want to do it one night. You gotta on PUBG. Yeah, I'm always down, man. I'll always run duos if you want to. If you're feeling, there you go. If you're feeling duos, just hit me up, send me a text. I'll hop on and run duos with you. But I'm just saying, yes. If there's, I know you got a million things going on between dad mode and big book energy. You got a million things, but man, if we can make that happen, that would be dope. Hell yeah! Again, that's how we hung out the first time as PUBG at the TwitchCon one of those years, 2018 or something like that. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyone else have anything else for Jason? Jason, thank you so much. Thank you so much for dude. I'm glad you had a blast, man. I'm glad it fit right in the hours where Aria gets her long nap type in.
long nap time. Guys, thank you again for listening to Party Boats and Thieves episode 6. Hanging with me and with Jason Sulli. Jason, real quick, if someone that's listening to this doesn't know or already know where to find you, can you just shout out like all of your socials, let everyone know where they can find you if they want to come hang?
Yeah, I mean, mostly, I try to be, I'm Jason Sulli on everything, but mainly I'm active on Twitch, obviously, and Twitter. That's pretty much.
What about Instagram?
Nah, I don't know.
Is that more personal?
By Facebook. No, I mean, I'm on there.
Is your Instagram
by
set up?
Facebook, and I hate Facebook.
Oh, you hate Facebook? Okay. That's conflict of interest. This one right here is another. The last question says, Jason, can we be best friends? That's from.
Can we be? Of course, yeah. Yeah. I like friends. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Again, Party Boats and Thieves presented by Madrinas Coffee. If you guys want to use discount code Jason Sulli, you can now. It's 20% off anything on the Madrinas Coffee web store. Jason was drinking the powder. He normally drinks the cold brew black. However, I'll tell you this much right now. If you guys are looking for like insane levels of caffeine, if that's just something that you seek out, you got to do the Jason, and that's make some hot coffee, like make a 2 Dragons fuel cup, and then put a scoop of mocha or vanilla in. And I'll tell you, it'll light you up.
It does work.
It'll light you up. That's the Jason. That right there is we'll just call that the Jorce. The Jorce, because that's you're not you when you do that. Like like that's ridiculous levels. But all right, man. Thank you again, everybody. We'll be back next week, next Friday, for another episode of Party Boats and Thieves. All y'all, if you're listening to this after the fact, not live, thank you guys for listening. If you guys do want to follow Jason, please go give him a follow on everything and go hang with him late at night. As you heard when he's streaming, it's like 9 Eastern to 3 a.m. Eastern. DBD, whatever else. Among Us last night, whatever else is fun. So awesome, man. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks,
take care.
Stream. Y'all are amazing.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.